Hey y'all, it's Nina Kelly. I think in this video we're supposed to be talking about how I think the perpetrator went in and did what he did, and how I think that threatened egotism had contributed to it, because in the other videos we've talked about ego depletion and stuff like that, and then the ego depletion manifests into what they call threatened egotism. And with the threatened egotism, that's when things really get ugly, because that's when the person, instead of internalizing what they think the threat to the ego was, starts externalizing it, and that's when people think that people have to pay for their disrespect. And again, I am in no kind of way accusing anyone or saying I know what happened or I solved the case or anything like that. This is only a theory. It's only an idea. It's only a this could have happened, that maybe it's not the cartel, or maybe it's not law enforcement, covering up, and, it's not Christchurch. Maybe it is just someone who was already in a bad headspace and then went into ego depletion, and then maybe he looked up and saw Xana, and if you've seen the other videos, Xana and Ashley look identical. Ashley lost her life, her battle to heroin on Lindsay Lane. And of course, we know Linda Lane over by King Road. So it's probably conspiracy theorist on my part, but that's okay. It's just a theory. That's all it is, just a theory. But we all know that the DoorDash holds a big key to this, and in the previous video, the little snips that I put together on threatened egotism, and then some of the clips that I put together about Brian Koberger's past behaviors. I mean, if you look at some of those, there was one lady that went running out of the room. She got so offended. He followed one lady to her car. In high school, he got taken out of a program and was not allowed to be put in a program that had females in it. We've heard him talk about the bar that when they put his ID in, it had his ID marked, I don't know what it had it marked, but, it was pretty much saying he's a creepy guy when he drinks, So we know that he had some idiosyncrasies that involved females. And we know that Ashley was a significant person in his life. And then to look up, and like I said, I'm not saying stalking or anything, he could have just looked up and saw Xana, and it just put him into a tailspin, and, just created some more chaos in his mind. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, it's only a theory. But with Xana's aunt making the Facebook post stating that they knew for a fact that Xana was the target, that's a pretty powerful statement to make. And so we've always gone with he started on the 3rd floor, and, what if he started on the 1st floor? And, we know that Xana was in the floor. We know that Ethan, well, there's been several different said about where Ethan was, but I think Hunter said he was in the bed, and Hunter's the one that found him, so that's what I'm going with. And I know that Stacy Chapin she has made the statement, about Hunter keeping Hunter, the brother, and Maisie from seeing their brother, and how he was the first one to be in there. So, but let's just say that, and I'm not going to go into any kind of, I think he did this to the victim or anything like that. I don't think any parent or anybody would ever see my videos, because I'm such a new channel that very few people see my videos, but I would never want any kind of disrespect to the parents or anybody that could see it. So we're just going to say that he started on the second floor, and from there, for some reason, Kaylee's dad made the statement he didn't have to go upstairs. And in the theory that I have, if Xana was the target, he didn't have to go upstairs. So what I'm thinking is that, he goes in and after the DoorDash, so he knows that Xana is up and alone, and maybe he, in a way that people can, gets her into the room and unalives her and Ethan. And for some reason just goes upstairs because everything is so chaotic in his head, and everything's just crazy, and so he goes upstairs. And as far as walking by Dylan's room, I've seen a lot of videos where they actually said that a lot of people thought that room was actually like a pantry or something, because you just walk right by and you don't even think about it being a bedroom. So he goes upstairs and does the terrible unalivings of Kaylee and Maddie. And as he's coming back downstairs, he hears whimpering and realizes that Xana has maybe survived. And that would explain where Dylan said she heard whimpering, not screaming, not crying, but whimpering. And so he goes in there, and to give her this false hope of some kind of just false hope, he says, "It's okay, I'm here to help you," and unalives her, So that would explain the whimpering. That would explain, "I'm here to help you," and he turns around to walk out, and that's when Dylan sees him. Now, do I believe that Dylan had her door wide open? No. I believe Dylan had her door open a crack. I believe that he was in such a turmoil that he didn't even think about Dylan's cracking her door or seeing her or anything like that. I do believe that Dylan and Bethany are completely innocent. I have a video named The Ladder that explains why I think they're completely innocent. Stacy Chapin contributes to that belief because of an interview that she gave talking about Bethany screaming upstairs and stuff like that, and that's what I've put in that video. It's called The Ladder. So I do believe that Bethany and Dylan are completely innocent. But we need to realize that sometimes when we're already at the bottom of what we consider our bottom, something can always contribute and make things worse in our life. And I think that could be what happened with Brian Kohberger. Is, he's going down the sidewalk, looks up, sees Xana. She looks just like Ashley, and it throws him into a tailspin. I do not believe that it was an intentional stalking or anything like that. I think that maybe he ran up on her at maybe the Mad Greek and tried to talk to her or tried to say hello, and what sometimes would have just been a brush off with the mindset that he was in just took him over the top. And I think that pretty much sums up my Ashley and Xana deal, as far as, it just surprised me how much Xana and Ashley looked alike. It surprised me when I saw Linda Lane and Lindsay Lane, and the common denominator of all of it being Brian Kohberger. And like I said, I am not in any kind of way saying that he's guilty. I'm not saying, because I wasn't there. I can never say anybody did it. It might have been Idaho goblins. I don't know. Could have been. But just something to think about, you know. And again, I believe that Dylan and Bethany are completely innocent. If you would, just go watch my video called The Ladder. It explains my theory of why they're innocent. And keep an open mind about it, you know, because until we know what we would do in a situation, nobody can say how they would handle anything. You know, these are kids, y'all. I mean, I know they're 20, but to all of us, they're kids. So, you know, just think about it and give it a chance, you know, and maybe give them some grace. You know, I really, and that's just my opinion. I think there were a whole lot of victims in this, and God knows all the families involved. My prayers are definitely with those families. But that's just my take on the Ashley, Xana, Lindsay Lane, Linda Lane. And I think that he went in for just one purpose. And if you'll notice, there, I don't want to, as far as SA, I have in that previous video where I put all my clips because I don't know how to do all that other stuff, so I have to put it in a separate video. So thank y'all for being patient with me on that. But it talks about there is an angry person for SA, I won't say the word, and a revenge one, you know, and just read those and think about his past behaviors with women and stuff like that. Think about the ego depletion turning into threatened egotism and the violence that comes with that. And if you put all that together, it could be logical. So, I'm Nina Kelly. Thank y'all for going through this little series with me. And I hope to be hearing from y'all. Let me know in the comments how crazy you think I am. Thank you.